Today is part two of a small series where I'm showing you guys my personal practice routine on how I go about playing different progressions. The two progressions that we are using are what I call two foundational progressions. Last week we did the first progression that you see here, the 2-5-1, in the keys of C and F, and we're going to basically do the same thing with the second progression of the two foundational progressions. So, like we did before, we're going to be in the key of C and the key of F. First, in the key of C, we want to make sure that we get familiar with all the diatonic chords of our key. The 5, 6, 7, back to the 1, D major, B diminished, A minor, G major, F major, E minor, E minor, back to C major. We want to do these same diatonic chords in the next inversion, which is first inversion. The 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and second inversion. B major. This is what I would always do at the beginning of my practice session. All right. So next, you want to take a look at your progression. Again, we're doing the second progression, and I see that we have a non-diatonic chord. We have two of them. The first one is going to be a major 3. Normally, the 3 is a minor chord. We're going to make it a major chord. We want to practice this non-diatonic chord in all of its inversions so that my fingers are ready for it when it comes up in the progression. Next, we have a minor 5 chord. Normally, our 5 chord is major. We want to practice it in its minor form because that is what the progression calls for in all of its inversions, right? So I'm just about ready to start the progression. I've turned on my metronome. It's at about 75 beats per minute. I'm familiar with the key, familiar with some of the non-diatonic chords. Remember, as I'm looking at my chord chart, I have the chords at the top and how many beats each chord is going to get. Some of them are 2 beats, some of them are 1 beat. Just as a reminder, we are going to cycle through this progression a couple of times. The two main ways are where we have the chords in both hands, and then the other time is where we have just the bass note, whether it's a fifth, just a single bass note, or an octave, and then the chords in the right hand. We are also going through this progression in a way that is going to utilize every single inversion of every single chord in the progression. So you might say that that is a bit too much. I don't think it's a bit too much, especially in a practice session, because we are trying to make sure that we develop a healthy understanding of a key of the two foundational progressions so that we can take it to other keys and create some consistency in our playing. And to me, this is the only way to go about doing that, or at least a surefire way of doing it. All right, so enough talking. Let's go ahead and do the progression. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and that major 3. This voice leading that you see me doing, it leads us right into the next inversion. See? The 1 in first inversion. A major 3, 1 and 2 and. Same chords, different inversions. And 2 and. Next inversion, second inversion. Minor 3 now, 6. Alright, now I'm going to do the same thing, but just with the bass. You can do whatever you want in the bass. Still have to cycle through the inversions. Whatever you're comfortable with, right? You can kind of, double it up so that you won't get bored. 4. So, like I mentioned before, that was pretty much the gist of the entire practice method. We're just going to transfer all of that to another key. Last time we did the key of F. I want to be consistent, so we'll do that again. You know what to do. Practice the diatonic chords in the key of F or whatever key you're practicing it. Six, 5, 4, 3. Go to the next inversion. You guys can do all of this in less than 20 minutes, in less than 30 minutes. I would go down in the octaves to make sure that the voicings aren't too high. 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just like before, we're doing the second progression. I see a major 3 chord. Let's go ahead and practice those inversions. Normally, our 3 is minor, we're changing it to major. Then we have a 5 chord that is now minor. That is C minor in the key of F. That's about it, right? Again, I have my metronome at 75 beats per minute, and we are going to cycle through the chord progression just like we did in the key of C. 1 and 2 and. That minor 5 chord. Two to the 5 to the 1. Circle the 5th. Next inversion. Minor 3 now. 2. Going up the inversion now. Get ready to put the bass in the right hand, the left hand. Seven, 3, 6. Another type of 2, 5, 1, right? And bring it down the octave. All right, so that again is the entire practice routine that I tried to do for progressions, whether it's a 3 chord progression, a 7 chord progression, a 4 chord progression. I think that is what is needed to make sure that we develop some consistency in our playing. If you guys like these types of practice videos, then just let me know, and I'll continue to give you guys some of my inside tips on how I go about practicing, because I have a lot, and I would love to share them. I would love to get some feedback from you guys, so just let me know if you like it in the comments, or you don't have to comment, you can just like the video, subscribe if you haven't. Either way, I'm glad to share my knowledge. So you guys keep playing, keep practicing, and I hope that you have a good day.